Alright, I'm going to make a little video here for Stan and Ryan over at Redneck Railroad. They're having some trouble with putting a cam in small block. They want to know how much spring they can run and what's a good combination of stuff. So here's my take on it. I'll show you what I know about it. Hope it helps you guys out. And tonight we're going to be using this Vortex cylinder head for a reference. That's all it is. It's just a reference, and it might look a little different than what you have. The first problem that you run into on a small block Chevrolet with stock rocker studs is these want to pull out. Anything much over a 480 lift cam, somewhere in there, it starts wanting to pull this rocker stud out. And if you don't run into that, the rocker will have too small of a slot and it'll start interfering with its stud. So you can go to a longer slot rocker, and that takes care of the stud interference problem. You still have the problem with the stud pulling out of the head. There's a couple different solutions for this. One of them is to take the head down and have it machined for screw-in studs and guide plates, which is pretty expensive. The other thing that we used to do when we used to stock car race these and make claimer motors, you pull all these studs out, you can tap these bosses, and you can go down to the parts store and get a stud for a 300 6-cylinder Ford. It's a 3/8 stud, but it's threaded on the bottom. So it lets you pull these out. You can tap the head, you don't have to machine the stand down any, and you can run a stud that won't pull out of the head. The problem with pinning the stud is it sort of ruins the head. Unless you can get the pin up high enough that if you ever wanted to cut it for screw-in studs and guide plates, you can cut the pin, the hole that you drilled through the boss and the stud out of the head, because you machine this down about 150 thousandths if you're going to put screw-in studs and guide plates. The other thing after you get the studs straightened out is going to be picking the proper valve spring and valves, locks, retainers. This is a really good source that I use. Let me see if I can get that in there. This is an old catalog because I use it a lot. Competition Products is your best friend if you're building a small block or a big block Chevrolet. So what they do to make it really easy, they make these packages, and you can buy the retainers, the keepers, the valve spring, and the valves. For instance, this package is like $170, I think. I can't really see too good, but they have them for as low as, here's a small block set like you'd probably need, and for $119 you get all the valves, the seals, the springs, the retainers, and the keepers. And these are good for I think 500 lift. So that's pretty good. The other thing you're going to run into is the clearance issue on the retainer to the valve guide, and the best way to check that is just chuck this up into the drill press and put a dial indicator on the drill press head and run the valve down and make sure that you're not coil binding your spring and that you have plenty of room there. You want about 60 thousandths to 80 depending on the quality of spring you're using at the bottom coil when it's at full lift. If the bottom two coils are touching, it's going to break the spring. But Competition Products, pick up one of these catalogs, go online and look at their stuff. They have these valve combinations for the Vortex head, for any kind of head that you're using. It's really it's laid out, and it's easy to navigate. If you're building a basic small block, you can get everything you need right there. And the other thing, if you're going to put any kind of money into any kind of head or anything, they have cylinder heads and stuff here pretty darn cheap. You can buy them with the screw and studs and guide plates and the springs, and you have to take them apart and lap everything in, but you can get a small block head pretty cheap. This is a set of Vortex cylinder heads here, and these actually need to be done. I've had them forever laying around. I actually have one of when I worked at Chevrolet. I got a brand new motor. This motor was in a box truck, and when they did the PDI on it, the oil light was on and the technician was new. He didn't check the sender. He put a whole motor in, and the motor ended up not being bad. and I just happened to get it for $1. That's how it is when you work at GM. You get on the calendar, and whenever you come up, that's the motor you get. So this is a roller motor. It's a you know, they consider these heart-shaped combustion chambers, and these Vortec heads make really good power. There's some other companies that incorporate this combustion chamber and have the standard intake pattern. You'll notice that there's only 4 intake bolts on these. There's no bolts on the center, so you have to actually buy a intake manifold for a Vortec head, and that's the only reason I never used them, and I sort of got away from the small blocks. The other thing you want to do is take off all that hardware as far as the splash shields and stuff. That will give you a little more travel on the springs if you're going to use the stock springs. But a stock spring isn't going to hold up for any kind of camshaft at all because it's just not wound right. You know, the coil's in it. So go check out Competition Products. You can pick up a really nice spring and valve package for, you know, under 150 bucks to your door. And they already figure the installed height for you and all that. You know, the head's been cut drastically. You want to make sure your installed height's close. And installed height is the height of the spring after the retainer's installed on it. They make a height mic where you can just put the retainer and measure it. They sell those also. They have everything with set valve train up there, and the guys there are really knowledgeable and nice when you talk to them on the phone. So I'm sure if you call them, they'll be able to help you out. Ryan, Stan, I hope that helps you out a little bit. I saw where you made a video. I didn't see anybody that made a video for you, and that's my take on it. I like Competition Products. I know there's other places, but they have really good customer service, and they seem to, you know, be pretty cool there. So that's that. I'll make you dizzy with the camera here. Got everything in the stands for the Nova. I got to cut this in, get this painted tomorrow. It got a little chilly here. I don't know if it's going to warm up tomorrow night. And I had a couple of YouTubers stop by today. We went to lunch and stuff, and that's always cool. So I took time and did that, and yeah. But been working on this a little bit. I picked up some more electrical stuff there. A couple fuse boxes, a junction box. I got some mounts for my coil and stuff. I want to shock mount everything. And I picked up some relays and some 8L clamps there and some grommets. And I picked up some 6-gauge cable here for the alternator. I was reading the instructions and they recommended a 6-6 for the cable. It's 140 amp, and to take advantage of the extra amps you need a bigger wire to move that down the line. So this is going to go from here to the Ford solenoid, and the wire from the trunk to the battery will go right there, and mount my solenoid on the wall so I can pick power off of it for a few other things. My nitrous and the fans and stuff, I'll get off of that, and then plumb some power into one of these fuse panels and make me a little accessory panel. Did get the doors bolted on, so that's pretty cool. They fit really good. I would open and close them, but I don't know if I can get it open here. Hang on a minute. I got my finger stuck in this door one time, and I'm sort of leery now. There we go. Anyway, jams look good. That light's messing with my camera. Had to order a few more things for this, you know, door rubbers, stuff like that. I had a few little pieces that I was able to pick off the Ventura over there, the burn car. So yeah, just moving along. I got the carpet kit thrown in there so it'll settle down. And I got to decide what I'm going to do with the dash, whether I'm going to pull the one out of the Ventura out back or, you know, buy one for this car. So I'm going to probably take the one out of the one in the back. I want to make that car a little trickier than this one. I want to do like maybe something cooler on that so I can resell it. But anyway, I did pick up this too. I thought this was pretty cool. I had these at Skycraft when me and Hans went the other day. That's a nice TIG welded bung on there on a piece of stainless. Check that out, $2.50, man. You can't beat that. You could even make a pole hook out of this. if I was still in the body business. So, but anyway, we're not doing that anymore every day. So that's what's going on. Andrea said that I sold the Bronco. One of the YouTubers is going to grab that, so that's cool. I'm going to get that out of here. And that's all that's going on. I got rid of the BMW. It's gone from the other side of the door there. You can't see it, but trust me, there's no more Beamer. Hans is driving it. And yeah, that's about it. Got the deck lid there. I need to get the keyhole out of that. And after I get this stuff cut in, I'll cut that deck lid in. And we'll be moving right along on this bad boy. I'm going to cut in around the glass. I think I'm going to put the glass in the car before I paint it. That's not how a lot of you would do it, but I'm just, you know, I don't want all that stuff going in the inside of the car. I already got the roof sanded and everything, and actually the quarters are all blocked down, ready to spray. I could actually technically paint the roof and quarters right now. They're pretty much ready to go. Could seal them and shoot them. But I'm going to prime the quarters one more time, or spot prime a few spots there. And the roof's pretty okay to go. It's got a little dent, and the quarter panel got a dent from where the fluorescent light fell into it. I got to fix that. And yeah, I got to get it out of that corner, cut this up, move it out of the way, something. And then I got to TIG weld some brackets on this fuel cell because it didn't come with any. Thought that was pretty cool. It's really nice and thick and everything, and it's super trick, but it's not ready to install. I guess you could build a frame and cradle it, you know, but I'm just going to weld a couple pads on there and stuff. And that's about it. I don't have much more to talk about. We talked about cylinder heads there for Stan and Ryan. Hopefully that helps you guys out. And Competition Products is the place to go for that stuff. And other than that, it's freezing here. Let's see, look at the snow on the heater out there. I know you HVAC guys are going to be flipping out. There's a reason it does that. Greg Porter told me that's bad, but nobody told me why it does it. So I really don't like the heat. It sort of kills my skin, so the sooner that shorts out and doesn't work, the better for me. As long as the AC still blows cold. Anyway, guys, let me go ahead and shut this off because I'm rambling on. And you guys have a wonderful night. Don't forget to push that record button and be happy.